Please don't hesitate to reach out. We'll do our absolute best to get whatever you need so we can get some action out there about the Calgary Foothills FC 2016 team. So it's an exciting time. So thank you for coming, for all media in attendance. We are waiting on one more camera, but that will arrive when it does, and we'll take it from there. To kick off this morning's press conference, we're going to start with our official Path to Pro player video done by Canada Footy News. So we'll start that up right now. And this video is of Darius Ramsey, number 17, on Foothills FC.
What is my dream?
Very cool. Okay, so we'll close that off. Okay. Back on. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Tommy Wheeldon Jr., who is the head coach for Foothills FC.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you. Listen and welcome. We've got nice to see the soccer community in here. We've got CMSA, Darryl Livenweber, Melissa and Corey's round here in incognito in the black. We've got our ASA, Glenn and Sean from ASA, and we've got Kusha in Pearl. Where's Pearl? Stand next to Troy. Okay, he'll keep you entertained if I get boring as well. Okay? Yeah, that's it. Good. What's good about this is, like anything that you start in new, it's the why. People ask us why you're doing it, why are you spending time to put the energy, what is the relevance of PDL. So what we got after our experience last year is we got together with Canada Footy News, and we got together with some of the stats from the press conferences down in the USL, and it's all about giving the kids an opportunity. 18 to 23 window. We do a great job here. There's lots of great clubs and there's lots of good amateur teams that do a great job of forming some good teams and some good players. We miss a significant gap, and that's that gap that the Americans have been doing for a long time in the NCAA system. From 18 to 23, they produce college level athletes that get an education, play at a competitive level, and when they graduate at 22, 23, they've got a degree in their back pocket and they're physically and emotionally mature to step foot into the professional world. What we're trying to do is, Calgary's been devoid of a professional team for a very, very long time. We're trying to bridge that gap, and with the help of the soccer community, is try and create more players that can be part of that statistic. Now, unfortunately, from last year, we were lucky to have Brad Camden, and we've helped him on his path to pro, and he was recently recruited by Colorado Rapids in the MLS draft. And Sean Melvin signed his first professional contract, who was our goaltender last year, with the Vancouver Whitecaps. Darius Ramsey, Dominic Zator, Tyron Hutchins, these are players on to the next level. Okay, these are the ones that we want to try and create their path to pro. I've tried to pick the three best looking lads to represent us, but I could only get Jay and Zats here, so Hutch is here as the beast mode. Okay, but these guys, what the outside public don't see is the work these guys do. These are student athletes for the majority. The other part, they have jobs. They have lives to live as well, and they come in and they put in sacrifice. Like every one of you in your jobs and your way, they sacrifice. Last year was a great learning experience for us on the pitch, and it's still a learning process, especially in the current climate where you're trying to raise the capital to make these things happen. But these guys are prepared to put in more. We had 7 draws last year. Okay, if we turned a couple of them into wins, then we were putting ourselves in the playoff contention in the hardest conference in the PDL. When you're in the company of Seattle Sounders, Portland Timbers, and Kitsap Pumas, or a fully fledged professional team, these are guys that are fresh out of amateur or CIS, and we're competing with them. This year we're going to be fitter, we're going to be meaner, and we're going to be more ruthless. And it's because of the work that they're putting in the background. And I'd also like to give a special thanks. We've got our corporate sponsors, in Cooperators, Rogers Insurance, Petrotrans, Strikers, TELUS, and A to Z Kids Ed. These are the people that are helping these guys play. We also created a neat initiative because in the current economy we had a jersey sponsor of significant value in Celtic Power who backed us in year 1 and helped us get off the ground. Without them it wouldn't have happened. This year with the economic downturn, we lost that. And in January of this year, they pulled out. So the board, the club got together and said, look, We're in a short time frame. It's tough to be going asking for a significant ask. So there was a campaign that was created, and it was called the 50 Names. So this year you will see on our jersey the number 50. And what that it doesn't represent a company, it represents the people. It represents 50 people that are willing to put money in of their own to back what this mission is all about. And that's what makes this a great Calgary team. It's because people have stepped up and said, you know what, we believe in the things that these kids are trying to achieve. We believe in trying to get us back into that professional setting. We believe in being a hotbed of talent in Calgary. And that's what this is all about. This year we're going to have some new changes and creating memberships, putting bums in seats. We want it to mean something to people. Right? Last year we were up against the NHL. Right? Last year we were up against playoff hockey. We had games on different nights. NHL did us a right good favour this year. They're already in Florida, they're already golfing in Barbados, they're in Cancun. Brilliant. Thank you. Last year we had Johnny Hockey was all over the place. We got Johnny Soccer over there, and he's a better looking version with his own teeth. Right? There's nothing. We're competing with nothing, because the Stampeders, the CFL doesn't start until, was it June, July?
End of May.
End of May. Right, so that's, for us, we got the first rollout end of May, and May 27th when we welcome Portland Timbers. We want to create we want to create a buzz. I think that's it from me. But I think what I've got to really touch on is, if you look to the left here, and I'll just do my introductions. Leon Apgood, who many of you know, he's been one of the big driving forces, especially on the boys' side with us. He's our Boys Academy Director, and he's going to help connect us with the youth and also be an assistant with our PDL team. Carl Oram will be one of the other assistants. Carl and I work together on the Canada under 17 squad under Sean Fleming. He can't be here today because he's on crutches. Well, we'll talk about that later. Charlie Hapgood, he's my youngest signing at 5. I believe in youth. He'll be entertaining. But what's good about this is we talk about our pyramid now, and we used to end at 18. Now we've got under 23, but Charlie's in our U6 program, our grassroots program headed by Wayne Cleverly. But this is what our pyramid represents. And we've got Jonathan Wielden, who's one of our experienced players and probably one of 2 or 3 overage players. Now in this PDL league, you can have up to 8 overage players. We're probably going to cap out about 3. And again, it's all about giving the youth the chance. Tyron Hutchins. Tyron's a former national championship winner with us. Again, he epitomised sacrifice. He's still going through Mount Royal, finishing his last year of school. When he left us, he went to the Vancouver Whitecaps residency, went and played for Thunder Bay Chill in the PDL, and has returned to Calgary and continues to work hard aside from combining his studies and working. If any of you need a rental car, he works with budget and he'll get you cheap rates. Okay, full coverage, right? Good lad. Dominic Sator, at the end, another former Foothills player. Dominic just goes about his business. Dominic recently came back from a trial out in England with Oxford United. He's smooth. He's one of the smoothest players that I've worked with, and he's definitely a player I'd like to just work one more year with. I hope this time next year I'm presenting 3 different players, because part of ours is we've got to be a conveyor belt of talent. We've got to get these guys onto the next level, and whether that be with Vancouver Whitecaps, whether that's overseas. These guys are going to come out of university pretty soon with a degree in their back pocket and the world at their feet. Okay? Any other questions? Good? Okay. Thank you for your time.